In many ways, a jellyfish is like a politician. They are spineless, heartless, brainless, and most of them are transparent. Hi my bongos, so as I mentioned in my previous video, I am now the mama of a jellyfish! And not just one, 5. But really sad news, they died a few days ago. Like literally as I was like, yay, I've got pet jellyfish, they died. But I am gonna get new ones. I'm gonna get a different species, a species that lasts a little bit longer. But I still wanted to make you a video about jellyfish, like how I got pet jellyfish, how to look after pet jellyfish, interesting trinket facts about jellyfish, and then answer your questions, anything you want me to answer about jellyfish. So the first thing that people ask me a lot is like, where did you get them from? And I guess that's an obvious question because you don't see them in pet shops very often. I got them directly from a supplier that's based in Hong Kong called Cubic Aquarium Systems. They're amazing, but they do distribute all over the world to like pet shops everywhere. So I'll link the website down below and it gives you like a list of places that they sell. The reason I chose those guys is not just because they're in Hong Kong, but because the tanks are amazing. They flash, they can have strobe lights, the different colours, different moods. It's also really eco-friendly. They also just use rocks as like a filtration system, which I really like. The tank itself is quite easy to put together because I am not a very technical minded person. I don't know how to build and do things, but the tank was really easy to put together. That's who I wanted to go with. I didn't know this till afterwards, but jellyfish need a round tank because they get stuck in the corners otherwise, because they're not smart creatures. I mean, they don't have a brain, but they're not smart. And I guess the next thing that I should talk about is like how to look after them. People either think they're going to be super high maintenance, or they think they're going to be like no maintenance at all because they don't have a brain or a central nervous system. And the truth of the matter is that actually jellyfish are divas. They are so sensitive to changes in the pH of the water, changes to the temperature in the water, changes to everything. So it's mainly the water that you've got to keep on top of. The food is actually really easy to look after them with. Cleaning of the tank is actually really easy. I just get a sponge and like wipe it down. The jellyfish that I've got don't really sting, and the times that I have been stung, it feels less than a nettle sting, so like it doesn't bother me at all. I just put my hand in, wipe it with a sponge, it's all good. The next thing is, how do you feed them? I think the biggest question that people have is like, what do you feed them? Because jellyfish can eat turtles, did you know? Jellyfish can eat turtles, not my jellyfish, but big scary jellyfish. And some jellyfish are cannibals, so they'll eat other jellyfish. But actually that's really cool to see sometimes, as morbid as that sounds, because you'll get like coloured jellyfish, and if like a clear coloured jellyfish eats the coloured jellyfish, then they're also coloured on the inside, which I think is just really cool. How I feed my jellyfish, because I just have little blubber jellyfish and I'm gonna get moon jellyfish, I feed them this, which is crushed fish eggs and shrimp brine, yummy. And I get this turkey baster. I just get a couple of drops and then like inject it into the stomach while like, because again, jellyfish are just not that smart. They're like, what is this thing falling from the sky? I'll just swim past it. We don't care. So yeah, I just feed them this like once, twice a day, and it seems to do the trick. So Ashley Smiles a lot on Instagram wants to know what is different from owning fish to jellyfish and what's the cost and care. Basically, you don't really have to spend a lot of money on jellyfish for like caring for them. It's basically just food and topping up the water, because as the water evaporates, if you live in a hot climate like I do, the salt still stays there, so I top it up with fresh bottled water because my tap water isn't very nice. And that's basically it, because you don't need any external things for them. You don't need to simulate an ocean. You don't need to buy like seaweed or like castles or like anything to put in the tank, because jellyfish are more like plants than they are animals. They have no brain, no central nervous system, they have no eyes, so like it doesn't matter. Which also brings me to the point where when I first got my jellyfish, people were like, oh, isn't the tank too small for them? Shouldn't they have more room to swim around? I'm like, they aimlessly swim around. It's literally like looking after a plant. A plant with a diva complex, I'll give you that. Theandon on Facebook wants to know, what are the names of my jellyfish? The names of my jellyfish were, past tense, the little blue one was called Squishy, the big blue one was called Big John, after Big John Goodman, for obvious reasons. The white one was called Pearl, the pink and purple one was called Juju, after my mum. The big purple one was called Titu, after Tina Turner, because she's a badass bitch. No, seriously, when I put all the jellyfish into the tank when I first got them, Juju was the first one to be like, I want to explore, I want to explore, I want to do things. Ali, I'm ready, Ali, I'm ready. And she was like pushing the other jellyfish to like, come on, let's have fun, let's swim in our new tank. That's why I call it T2, because I'm like, yeah, you know what's up, you know this is where the pie is. So, Tina Turner. So here are some really fun facts about jellyfish. I think I mentioned this like 14,000 times already in the video, but jellyfish don't have brains. They don't have a central nervous system. Some jellyfish are also immortal, which explains a lot for why they outlasted the dinosaurs. So there's a type of jellyfish called Turoctodonii? I don't know, I can mispronounce things. It's probably Latin anyway, which deserves to be pronounced incorrectly. No wonder this language is extinct. But the immortal jellyfish actually ages like Benjamin Button. When it gets stressed, it gets younger, and it will go back into its pulpus form, so like the baby kind of egg form. And then when danger is not all about anymore, when it's got food again, it'll be like, oh hey, what's up? I'm ready to tackle the seas again. Another fun fact is that jellyfishes don't actually have a respiratory system. A jellyfish's skin tissue is so thin that it can get its oxygen from diffusion. Is that right? Yeah. There is a jellyfish that is over 90 feet long. That is longer than a blue flipping whale. That's a big ass jellyfish. That's a big ass fucking jellyfish. And that has now been added to my bucket list. I want to see that. Thank you, please. A group of jellyfish is called a smack, which I just think would be a really good rap name, or a really good group hip hop name. As you can tell, I'm really in the group hip hop scene. So I might make a little group called My Smack with my jellyfish. My smack, I got my smack. I'm not good at this music. That was the worst thing I've ever done. Okay guys, that's all I've got to be today on jellyfish. If you have any more questions, leave comments down below, because I'll be getting new jellyfish soon. Suggestions for those jellyfish down below. They're going to be moon jellyfish, so I'd like quite spacey names. So leave your suggestions down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you. Bye! Jellyfish also don't have a respiratory system.